the way.
What's going on, guys? Gregg Popovich here, and in this video, before we start this video, I want to thank you guys so much for 300 subscribers, and of course dealing with the fact that I took a huge, as far as days off, just dealing with college and other things. But guys, back to the video. And this video is of course going to be, as you saw in the title, Gregg Popovich may be retiring after this season. Now, of course, it's not guaranteed of this fact, but of course, it's being reported that Gregg Popovich is unknowing of whether or not he will come back as the coach of the San Antonio Spurs. Now, of course, with that, we of course know the fact that Gregg Popovich, third all-time in regular season wins with 1,245 as of today's date of the make of this video, and third all-time, only one behind the second place Pat Riley with 170 wins in the playoffs. So of course, when we look at something like this, we know the fact that Gregg Popovich, one of the greatest coaches in NBA history, and of course, depending on what your preference of things are, would go with that. But of course, this is the quote that made many people think of it. It's different when coming back onto the court and when you see a star talking about Dirk, that is basically the backbone of the franchise is gone. It sort of gives you a pause and makes you understand how fortunate you are to be still here. I guess pretty soon I won't be. So of course the ending of that is going to be the main talk right there, that soon I won't be. So of course, whenever talking, of course this was the game after they were beat by Dallas, with Luka Doncic going crazy with the 42-point triple-double, being the second youngest player to ever do it, only behind LeBron James. And of course, him stating something like that. Now, of course, we all know from their new coaching staff, many people are questioning, of course, who's going to be the next head coach for them, if that is the case. Now, of course, many people, it's going to either, in many ways, going to be a big change. So it's going to either be the first female head coach in Becky Hamilton, or it's going to be Tim Duncan, the, of course, NBA legend, and really the face of the franchise of the San Antonio Spurs history, with, of course, 5 NBA championships. And whenever we look at that, it's going to be really the question mark of who's going to take over in that place. And I have to imagine it's going to be one of those two players in some form of way. So in that way, we're talking about, of course, the San Antonio Spurs, who has, of course, the NBA record for Gregg Popovich having been to the playoffs for the past 22 seasons. And of course, that's breaking off from anybody, and of course will be very difficult for anybody to do, considering the turnover of coaches that we see in today's NBA. We really don't see many coaches staying in the same spot, sort of just the same as players. And I think the fact that it is a little bit different in that form of way, and it's definitely going to be one of the last times that we see really somebody who can come up into an impact of this far. It's going to be really questionable of whether anybody could even do this. Of course, not only just staying in the same team for that long, but not only that, but appearing in the playoffs consecutively like that, having the pedigree of the championships that he's won throughout just multiple time spans throughout the game, changing from just the different types of pace of play of which they've used to have, of course, from their first championship in 1999 to, of course, their last one in 2014. So whenever we think about something like that, you're talking about the fact that many of the huge gaps in between there are just from a different way. We see the fact that he's been able to implement different players and different ways of looking at it, but it just really makes you think whenever it comes to something like that. But of course, guys, as always, I want to know what your guys' thoughts are on something like this. Of course, there's no confirming that he stated this is his last season, but somebody like Gregg Popovich, I really don't see him stating the fact that he does it and really get that hurrah tour, at least not from the just beginning of the season. I don't think the fact that's how he would want to enter a season. But guys, tell me what your guys' thoughts are. Do you think that this is Gregg Popovich's last season as the head coach of the San Antonio Spurs? And if not, how many seasons do you think that he will be coaching still? So guys, tell me what your guys' thoughts are on that. Subscribe to become part of the Greek Army today. And as always, this is Sparta.